Bosui. Yesu dina ya bosui. Jehovah dina ya bosui. Yebese obonsam jumani nara. Yenya bosu jidie mo sentre ni bedi echi. This is a song that was sung by Apostle Yentumi and Apostle Enim of the old order. Yeah, and it worked. Okay. So now they say I should take a break. I guess there's somebody who will speak to me. I don't know. They say take a break, take a break. I'm going to take a break. This evening, sometime around 7 o'clock, my chairman called me. And you know my chairman, he calls and said, hey, I support now. And then I did ube anything. And I said, oh, chairman, boko. He said, "Enkono boko, unse papa no oye penny, oye hini, inti Council of States no bibi." Binti sono, oye tisi. Oh, media meboni dida. Memane sono, amase. Jano, nefise oye ura. Nechire. Obinti sonu, Eradina oma, Nyawabire tumina, Omarania onibi, Omara wode noso, Emiratina bobira, na wapehe abao, Ikoko no sheshe, Eja wasensa onechi, na suwana wache. November, December, one meeting. I didn't say it. I respect Ogbe Afede. I respect him. Maybe he didn't have time. He's a busy man. I'm sure he didn't have time. He could not. One meeting. That's what he understood. But let me read it. Paul Adom Otchere borrowed Ogbe Afede's 7 Series BMW for his wedding on Friday, 30 December. 2005. Ogbe Afede was the one who paid most of. Who told them that? Paul Adom Otchere's school fees at law school. He eventually failed to become a lawyer because he couldn't pass his exams. Yeah! As for this matter, it's sweet me, keke. When I talk the law, do I look like somebody who couldn't pass exams? The people, election petition, you were watching me, you were learning law, I didn't pass exams. Kwame Nkrumah too didn't finish law school. He wrote a book, he's a professor of law. Kwame Nkrumah, and when they talk like that, I don't even understand. Some parliamentarians say Paul is a lawyer. Kwame Nkrumah is not a lawyer. You don't understand the thing, you just talk. Some people even think I wrote law school entry exam. At my time, we were writing law school entry exams. You don't understand it. And you're just happy about it. You just talk about it. Whether a person is a lawyer or not, when you articulate the law, you will know. Every day. Okay. And then they said, in life, we have to be careful not to be ungrateful to the hand that has fed us before. Paul Adom Otchere is currently board chairman of Ghana Airport Company. And his wife also, I know they put the wedding photograph. Okay. So I borrowed Ogbe Afede's car 2 hours for a wedding. 7 Series. Kofi Amoah's car and Togbe's car is exactly the same car. I'm going to show you the photographs here. It's exactly the same car. So I said, Togbe, you know what? I need your car so that when the thing opens, the 2 BMWs will come. Then the Mercedes will follow. Then this one. I'm always like that. People who know me know I'm like that. Togbe laughed and said, okay, I'll give you the car. That's the story. And then they can write and say, okay, so here it is. So this is the wedding day, right? This is Ogbe Afede's car. And the other cars are around. But this is Ogbe Afede's car. This Mercedes you see here, I don't know whether you can see it. The Mercedes you see, if you put it on the screen so I can point it and see. This Mercedes you see here, C-Class Mercedes, it's my own car. My own car. The wedding, I was 30, how old was I? It's brand new Mercedes I bought from Silver Star. It was my own car. This is Ogbe Afede's car. So I'll show you. Get me there. Let's move on. This is Ogbe Afede's car. Now, if you look in this photograph, this one is Kofi Amoah's car. It's the same type of BMW that Ogbe Afede gave us. So what is the point? So I'm explaining that matter is they've been talking about it as if it's some crime, as if we've caught you. As for them, every day they are catching people. So even there's no catching, they think they've found something. Pray that when you are doing your wedding, you will have 2 brand new cars of your own. Pray. Tap into the anointing. I told you yesterday that present the venison, that the blessing meant for Enoch will come to you. Instead of you doing that, you are giggling. Don't giggle forever, okay? Because God promised Abraham something that I tap into that blessing. He said to Abraham, your enemies will be my enemies, and your friends will be my friends. So I tap into that blessing. So stop the giggling. So this is the story. This car is Kofi Amoah's car. This car is Togbe Afede's car. They are exactly the same car. So I just wanted to show off. That's all. So I asked Togbe to give me the car. He gladly did. Then he talked about school fees. Okay. At that time, I was in law school, Makola. I had done Legon 3 years. I had done Legon LLB 2 years. I was in law school, Makola. And I told Togbe that I'm in law school, Makola. I said, oh, is that what? They had introduced a new fee regime. So he had heard about it. I said, yeah, Togbe, please. It took a while. And then his Togbe's number 2 at the firm. This is SAS, a lady. I don't want to mention her name. So she was sort of facilitating. Togbe told her that, can you do a check for Paul's school fees? Okay, so I'm making a confession to you. So the day when the money was kind of ready, the lady called me. I almost mentioned her name. It's a very common name, so I'm happy I didn't mention. She called me and said, your check is ready. I was sitting by one of my friends. He said, your check is ready. And I said, check. He said, yes, the money that Togbe said we should organize for your school fees. It wasn't all the school fees, by the way. And I said, oh, check there. How? Me, I want cash. So I went to Togbe. I said, Togbe, the lady says the thing is check. Me, I want cash. He laughed and he was considering it. And the lady said, no, hey, Paul, we can't do cash. Because they needed to do check for their tax things. The check must go in the name of Ghana School of Law so they can get their tax stuff like that. Because the reason why I was lobbying for the cash, by that time the school fees was paid. Togbe said he would pay some, but it took a while. Of course, it goes through process. By that time the school fees was paid. I took the check, went to my director of legal education. I said, Chief, I've paid the school fees, but this is check. What do we do? He said, I'll put it in for your next semester. I said, oh, next semester I can find. He said, so what do you want to do? I said, I want cash. I said, you can't get cash. This is going to be paid to Ghana School of Law. If you want cash, when you have finished the Ghana School of Law and we are doing reconciliation, it will come back to you from Accountant General, something. It won't come early. And I put the check in. I was very grateful to Togbe and of course, the lady who facilitated it. Now, what is the point about this? Do you know how many people have given me school fees money? So what's the point about that? I don't even get it. I don't understand it. But anyway, people wanted me to react to this story. So this is the story. There are some more. This is another Mercedes. Somebody had bought his brand new Mercedes. I won't mention his name. He heard I was going to get married. He gave it to me. Somebody paid a trip for me to go to Paris. I was favored. Oh, those days I was favored. I said I was going to get married. He said, oh, where are you going to do your shopping? I didn't even understand. If you are going to get married, you do shopping somewhere. I didn't understand it. He said, you want to go to Paris or Italy? I said, hey, to do what? He said, to do your shopping. I told my wife that, they said, okay, Paris, KLM, bam, Paris, Champs-Élysées. I was there. Somebody paid. When I was there, people were calling me. So what are you doing? When are you coming? Do you want to go to America? Kofi Amoah. I spoke to him this evening, just now. He brought me to Los Angeles. And if I show you my text with Kofi Amoah, it's like my text with Togbe Afede. We argue about constitutional. In fact, even this evening, we're arguing about constitutional. He was telling me that he was criticizing inflation in Ghana this evening when we had a conversation. And he said, look, Paul, this inflation in Ghana. I said, oh, Doc, hold on. Inflation in Los Angeles where you are? I said, no, but the Ghana inflation is different. We do that all the time. It's nation building. And if I show you my last text with Kofi Amoah, he was telling me that, when are you coming back to LA to come and spend some time with me? Because he's in LA for a while. And he keeps reminding me that I have a blue shirt in his guest room in his house in Beverly Hills in Los Angeles. Yes, my shirt has been there since 2009. It's still there. And Kofi Amoah and Togbe Afede are very good friends. I mean, when you sit in the company of Kofi Amoah, Togbe Afede, and they are chatting, and you're a young man, it's just like you've gone to university for that period. And I had these privileges and I enjoyed it. And part of the reason why I'm able to do what I do is some of all those different people who gave me mentorship. Nana Bedie Tu Emaulia Bebio, Kelly Gajekpo, Doha Jao, all of these people. So you come and publish and I give you my car to do it. This guy, he had just bought his car. He said, come and take it. And he insisted that the bride must sit in the car. This is the car. This is the wedding pictures. They are there plenty. If you go to Photo Club, they used to put it there. I think these days they've stopped. I've become an old man, so I'm no longer at the distance. So they've stopped. Anyway, so that's the story. And the skill that we wore, I was having a conversation with another senior person. And he said, but Paul, now that you wear all your suits finished, this is your wedding. What are you going to wear? I said, hey, maybe I'll wear African print. He said, oh, what African print? You don't want Scottish kilts? I said, Scottish kilts? But where are we going to get it from? He said, we go buy it for London. In fact, I spoke to him also today, just now. I won't mention his name. He's an NDC person. Proper NDC person is the one I'm talking to you about. He said, we go buy it for London. Then the thing started, I started getting excited. I said, He said, make we go for London, go by. And I said, but how do we get? He said, go to London and go and bring it. He organized it. I flew to London. I got that thing. I put it on a plane. I came back. We went to British High Commission. They showed us how to wear it. And we wore it. It was somebody who just offered it. So pray that you can tap into that blessing. Stop giggling. Pray that you can tap into that blessing. That's more important than giggling. So that's the parts for this story. I think it's over. I think that it's fine. I've said enough about it. Okay, once my phone starts ringing and I see the number, we work. We don't just talk, we work. The young people here, they work. So if you are sitting down and thinking we just come from the sky, get ready. Okay, so this is being posted by NDC people are here. Well, this is the first one. Fantastic. Yes. So because people want to understand it, people want to understand it. Okay, they tell me they want to go off Metro TV. If you go off Metro TV, the people will kill you. Please don't go off. Wait a little bit. All right. So I've ended that one, and I have to say this for my video editor so he knows that part. Yes, and he was criticizing my suit. And I was suit pumping. And Captain Smart said that he doesn't know Togbe Afede, and Togbe Afede has an aircraft, and my father doesn't have an aircraft. I said, "Oh, see there when I heard all that. It's okay, Captain. It's part of the occupational hazards. I still love you tremendously. But the point is that, Captain, you say you don't know Togbe Afede. I know him. And Togbe Afede said it in the interview. I've been to his house. I've been around him, and it's true. He's a hard worker. It is true. I have admiration for his penchant for work. It is true. And I have admiration for his fearless honesty. It is true. But the facts are pointing to what we have told you tonight. Okay. Do you want me to take a break? All right. After the break, people write to me and say, why don't you use your program to criticize the government? It's the program for you. Do your program and criticize government. I don't understand it. This is private sector. When the Supreme Court ruled in MPP and GBC, they said that the obligation is on the state broadcaster. In MPP and GBC, the Supreme Court said, and then you tell me that, why don't you criticize the government? Other people are criticizing the government. Watch that one. If you like, today we all have media. Today we are all television. So go on Facebook and criticize the government. There's no problem with that. The government ought to be criticized. Governments are there so that they are criticized. If I support Akufo-Addo because of my conviction, and I feel there's something in there that is not good, that's not working well, I will not criticize him on this television. Because I have access to him, I'll go to him and tell him, and say, Mr. President, I think so and so and so and so. What some of you might not know is that some of the greatest friends of Akufo-Addo are harder critics of him in camera than you are, but you write it on Facebook and they don't write it on Facebook. That's the only difference. So you will not ask me that, come on and criticize the government. I will not do that. Okay. All right. So, it's gone. So